Okay. Locked up. All right, Gaddy's going to go in, get the key to unlock it.
Yes.
Pay for some fuel, and then I'll tell you how much this is. It's going to scare you.
Oh, okay. I'm scared. I just got to get your wallet. I think I said your wallet.
Here we go. We are just leaving at Coober Pedy and filling up with fuel. I'm actually on the high flow here. It is $2.13.9. Here we go. All right, it's on its way up. We're actually at the Shell service station, and they've got Shell Diesel Extra. And I just went in and just double checked that it didn't have any other additives in it, but it's I guess their version of a premium fuel. It's called Diesel Extra. Basically, you just pay extra for it, doesn't it, right? Thanks, Jasper. If you ever need someone just to laugh at your jokes, even your dad jokes, get the Jasper in your life. All right, let's have a look here. We are on our way to Kulgera, which is just over the border in the Northern Territory, about 20 kilometres north of the actual border between South Australia and Northern Territory. We're going to pass through a couple of other places, including Cadney Park, Marla, I'm reading the sign over here, and then Kulgera. But as an interest point, if you were going to keep going to Darwin on this Highway 1, it's 2,183 kilometres. If we wanted to go back to Melbourne, it's 1,571 kilometres. So from here, it's 500-600 kilometres further to Darwin than it is to go back to Melbourne. It's unbelievably huge, this country, isn't it? All right, but we're going to get on the road. We'll go in. If you do want to have a stop where you want to get a really good feed as well, they have a full service restaurant in here. They have everything you need. This is really like a mini supermarket in Coober Pedy. So just a good tip there. But we'll get this filled up and get on the road. Got some water, mate. Oh, mate, you are getting so strong. Out lofty. Mum must have seen a bargain, did she?
Well,
That's it. What's the go with the water, Katie?
well, what they make up for in the Diesel Extra, they save on the 10-litre waters. It was only $6.99, which is a pretty damn good price considering they're about $4.99 in supermarkets back at home. Last time we were at Kings, can you remember they were like $20?
$20 for a 10 litre water.
Yeah.
So I thought, why don't you see if you can go get 20 of them or sell them out there for 15?
Yeah, fill our drinking tank. Well, that's it. I mean, we've got water in our drinking tank now, right? And it is a separate drinking tank, which is great. But we kind of know that the water that we're going to have over the next little while is not suitable to put in the drinking tank. Hence why I've got those just for while we're at it.
Perfect. We've actually going to take delivery of new filtration system too.
Yes!
When we get to Alice Springs, so we can tell you about that.
Awesome.
That'll solve all our problems.
It sure will.
What are you doing?
Gosh, not sure what's happening in here, but my helper is helping.
What are you doing? Oh Lord, righto. Look at that. Coober Pedy.
It's with us forever, babe.
Yeah, look at that. All over us. in we go.
Come on.
Ampol Marla. They've actually got no diesel, so that's okay. We didn't need diesel, but you'd be in a bit of a problem if you did need diesel, wouldn't you? G'day, how you doing? Do you have no diesel at the moment?
No, not for now.
Okay, no worries.
It'll be fixed around 2.
Okay, how much is the diesel per litre? That's alright, no worries. Thank you anyway.
So good.
Okay, they don't have any diesel fuel till 2 p.m. or thereabouts.
Okay.
I'm guessing there'll be a few people over there waiting for some
around.
fuel.
Yeah.
That's alright, we've got plenty of fuel, so we're going to keep going, but I couldn't get a price on it because they don't know yet.
Yeah,
so.
right. Well, I guess they're waiting to see how many people are waiting before they put the price on it.
Probably.
Okay.
Boom.
To the side.
Boom.
To the other side.
Boom.
On an angle.
Oh, boom.
On another angle.
Jesus.
On another angle.
Is this really
on
what...
another angle. Down slow. Too slow.
Wow.
Alright, let's get going. Okay, that was a pretty good travel day, really. Kulgera Ampol, it is $2.49.9 a litre. There you go. Alright, we are going to fill up here and then go and set up camp. We'll just find a little spot in there, off-grid, unpowered, unplugged, and we won't need water either. We've got plenty of water on board. Katie's going to go in and check out what the fees are. They do have powered sites. Some of them do have water, but not everyone. So it's a bit of a first in, first served kind of deal. But for us, we'll be sweet just to find a spot, maybe a little grassy patch next to the playground for Jasper, I think, if we can.
Hello.
Very
Goodbye.
unfortunately, we did not leave the flies in South Australia.
No.
In fact, I think we brought some of them with us, and then they've met up with all their mates, all their cuzzy bro flies. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Shoot flies.
Yeah.
It's a bit we don't like. Everything else.
I don't have any. But
How about the landscape changing, Katie?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
It's almost as if as soon as you cross that South Australia NT border, it boom, like you are in the NT.
Yeah.
There's no mistake.
If anyone knows how they decided that line, we wondered if it was like, oh, those rocks look different, let's just make this the
we'll
border.
draw a line here.
Yeah, you take that half, we'll take this half.
That's amazing.
It's definitely different.
Yeah.
But anyway, the flies are the same though.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
All right, come on. You got
The Kulgera Roadhouse shuffle. So that's what the off-grid section looks like. It's a bit of a fire pit. Got our clothes hang out. There's Jasper. Sorry mate, I said there might be a patch of green grass, but
it's alright. Hey Dad, can you stand on
Real happy in the dirt.
yeah. Okay, there we go.
So, yeah. I won football. We had a round of football, and of course I won. Because that's what I always do.
Yep, Jasper's rules, there we go. Seems to be a never-ending story.
I'm I'm bigger than you, but I'm
not very
certainly
competitive.
dodgier than you.
Yeah, you're definitely dodgy. All right, so here we go. Last time we were here, we actually camped right there. We got the very last site, powered site. We had to share our tap, and it's $31 a night, still the same price. If you don't want water and you only want power, it's $29 a night. If you're going to camp off-grid, which is pretty well anything on the other side in the big arc that goes around the caravan park, or the roadhouse park, whatever you want to call it, it's $10. So there you go. But it was full last time we were here, so it's pretty quiet, really. It's just coming into 5 o'clock. There's a kids' playground from circa 1964. And there's billion flies. It is relentless. I've already swallowed one.
Give me it so I can just put it on the back.
No, it's horrible. Anyway, but yeah, without the flies, it's a really great setup because you can literally just walk straight over to the pub, which is great. And they have happy hour from 6 p.m. Or happy hours as they call it. And last time we were here, they also had a muso playing as well. But look, the pool. Now that looks all right. That is great. It didn't look like that last time we were here. There's some cabins if you're not towing a van. And there is hot showers and a laundry just over there as well. And plenty of places for you to recycle your rubbish and get all of that off and out of your car and your van and whatever. All right, let's go. We'll have a happy hours, Bev.
Yeah, go and check out what the new owners have done.
And then we're going to watch the footy back at the van, I think.
It was bustling last time we were here, wasn't it?
It was full. So amazing. There you go. The Kulgera Roadhouse. There's some pool rules. No skinny dipping, Katie.
Righto, noted. Damn it, not this time.
Not this time. That's how we met. Hang on a second. We have to come over here. Look at this. You're at Queensland's beer in the Northern Territory. That's great.
We need a
Right
third
here.
person.
Jasper, you and Mum jump in. You can be the dog's head. Get in there, mate. There we go.
Awesome. It's been a while since I've been in a bikini, doll.
Wow.
Now, Dad and Mum's turn.
I thought I'd put on some weight.
Dad,
Okay, you hold that for me.
go on the anti-Kulgera big one.
Rightio. Enter at terrain risk. Gee, it's quiet compared to last time, isn't it? And we're really only a few weeks earlier than we were 2 years ago when we were here.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and it was absolutely bustling. Do you remember this, Jasper? There you go.
oh yeah, that's right. Boom. Mum's got a bra up here somewhere, Jasper.
And look, Rocky's singing.
Yeah, good spotting.
Rocky's singing.
Oh, Jasper, look. It's a Mario.
It's Mario. Ain't a wall.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, good morning. Us again, slightly chilly, 6 degrees here at the Kulgera Pub. Camping out the back there. Fantastic, so quiet. You know, you're literally on the highway, but it is quiet.
It is quiet. Did you hear what Jasper just said? Say it again in a loud
It
voice.
should be called the Kulgera Pub.
Hey?
It should be. It's
He's found his
definitely
sense of
crisp.
humour.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Good
That's a really
lad.
good one. Granddad will like that one. It's such a great stop here, isn't it? Like, in all honesty, out the back of the pub, come in, have a meal. I slept so well last night, I didn't hear a thing. Yes, you're close to the road, but honestly, at night time, you might get one or two trucks that go past. Hot
showers, toilets. If you want to have a swim, there's the pool that's looks like it's been sorted since last time.
Yeah.
And just a good yarn with local travellers. You know, we rocked into the pub and it was dead quiet. There wasn't even a vibe, you know, no music, nothing.
Not
and I was like,
time.
you know, this is kind of lacking a bit. And then, of course, happy hours hits and boom, the jukebox is going, people playing pool, people hanging bras in the roof. Katie?
We're in the Northern Territory, baby. There's no mistaking it.
Anything happens in the
good deals.
Out in the wild, in the
good
outback.
Deals.
You didn't leave anything behind?
I did not. No, I could probably leave some red dirt stained clothing behind, but I don't know about leaving a bra.
Knickers?
There was even undies up there this time.
I know, crazy. There was some
people.
Very large undies, and I guess I don't know. There's only so much space in that roof. That was my thoughts, you know, don't hog the space.
Oh, I love it. It's good fun. Keeps you entertained.
Okay, where are we headed? We're going to drum roll please, Jasper.
Uluru, baby.
We are via Curtin Springs. Curtin Springs because we are hopefully going to fill up water. We did last time. We can't really find out whether it's actually still okay or not. So we need water, so we'll do that there. All right, and then on to the rock.
Oh my goodness! My head's spinning a little bit that we're actually here.
It's amazing, you know.
This is the first pub we're gonna see. And actually the last.
That's a good point. It's known as the first and last pub that you see in the Northern Territory, so that's pretty cool, isn't it?
It even says it on that sign.
Does it?
Small writing.
And just out over my shoulder is a really great information board from, I don't know, like the 1970s, but it shows all the distance in kilometres from here to every single place in Australia, so that's pretty cool. And then if you've got an old pair of shoes or you're looking for some, there is a clothesline there with it's like the Outback boot Hills hoist.
Yeah, the boot bargain. Hey, we're 3,353 to be precise kilometres from Vegas.
There you go. Okay, so we're about to hit the halfway mark. We are excited. Let's get on the road.
Oh my God, we're only 3,200 kilometres from Perth.
Well, so it's closer to Perth than it is to Brisbane from here.
Crazy.
It's crazy, this
country.
We're in the middle, baby. We love it. Stunning. Let's do it.
Yes.
Oi, what are you doing?
Yeah!
There's a water tank there. Not suitable for drinking, but still water that you can use for showering.
Oh, dog water.
Yeah, it says that you can give it to your pets, and you can see you can have fires. There's rubbish bins.
You can stay for 24 hours overnight camping only.
24 hours, that's all right, isn't it? For free. Beautiful.
Just like the living desert.
Yeah.
Like
well, for us, we're just having a quick wee stop, and we'll be back on the road. Stopping in at Curtin Springs. Look at that, nothing moves. I love it, and dust free. Yes.
So we have stopped at the Mount Connor lookout. It's not too far from Curtin Springs, where we're going to stop and pop some fuel in and some water before we continue on down to Yulara, to the campground there at the Ayers Rock Resort. This is an awesome stop though, because you've got Mount Connor, which is often referred to as Uluru. In fact, the locals call it Uluru because I guess since the beginning of tourists coming out here, it has quite literally fooled people. You know, you're driving for hundreds of kilometres on this epically beautiful flat landscape, and then all of a sudden Mount Connor, which is off here over in the distance, it just pops up. And I guess a lot of people think, Uluru, we've found it. So they've nicknamed it Uluru. But what's really great about the rest stop here, the lookout, you can pull your rig up to, there's plenty of space for parking, get out, great photo opportunity. If you cross the road and you walk up the beautiful red sandy hill, then you look out onto this spectacular salt lake, which is obviously very dry at the moment, but it's just so beautiful. So definitely worth stopping, get your photos. Paul's got the drone up at the moment, capturing some epic footage, which I'm sure he's overlaying, and then we'll be back on our way, not too far until we reach our destination.
Okay, locked up. All right, Gaddy's going to go in, get the key to unlock it.
Yes.
Pay for some fuel, and then I'll tell you how much this is. It's going to scare you.
Oh, okay. I'm scared. I just got to get your wallet. See how I said your wallet?
Hello, Daddy.
What's going on, Jasper?
Joe's going to sort you out with the fuel. Joe's got the key.
Joe's got the
Here,
key.
Paulie.
The keeper of the key. G'day, Joe.
Yeah, that's the one.
Awesome. Are you worried about the tourists or the locals taking the fuel?
Nobody at the moment.
Nobody. Okay, here we go. We knew we were going to pip $2.50, but pipping $3, jeez, that's a bit steep, isn't it? But I tell you what, you can find yourself in the middle of Australia and still be able to get diesel. You're actually quite thankful, because you can't actually get anywhere without it. So thankfully for us, Curtin Springs has got fuel out here. We stayed here last time as well. There's a free camp, and they have an awesome service where you're actually able to fill your tanks up with water. Now, we feel if you're coming through and you're going to be filling your tanks up with water, least you can do is top your fuel tank up at the same time. Now, the deal with the water is that it's only $10, fill your tanks, but that $10 goes to their charity of choice, which at the moment I believe is the Royal Flying Doctor Service, which we rave about all the time. It's a free service provided for all Australians. So whatever you can do, if you're travelling Oz to help out the RFDS, we say do it. Get online, check them out. We'll put the link in the description. And when you come into Uluru, this is a great stop, Curtin Springs. They also have great meals here. They run other tours. You can go in, you can get some alcohol here as well, which is a little bit difficult to get when you get to Ayers Rock Resort. So, yeah, you can top up on everything you need. You can have a campfire. Pets are welcome. Awesome. Thanks, Curtin Springs.
10 buckaroonies from the Royal Flying Doctor's donation.
Good boy. Get it in there.
Yay!
Good job. Sheila's.
Don't need to get this tank.
Blokes.
One. Come on, one. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Get that on.
Make
Really
sure
get
it's
it on. Give it a good push. That's it, go. You got it. Bang. Good boy, high five. Good lad.
You going to Uluru?
That I am. Jump on board, lady.
Let's go.
Bring you as well.
Really? That other little wiggly guy, he's going to come out any second.
What are you doing? Have you got another wiggly tooth?
Yes.
Show us. How much are you going to get for that one?
Now it's $2.
Really? Yeah. Inflation's gone down, mate.
First to 5, then
Ah, okay. There you go.
and it's 2.
How do you know these things?
Bluey.
Oh, Bluey, of course. Bluey knows everything.
Yes.
All right, we're actually going to talk to Mum about caravanning with kids.
Kid.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, about caravanning the kid. Yeah, that's true. Although we do know plenty of families out there that are doing it with 2, 3, 4 or more.
Oh my gosh, 4 boys in a caravan, good mates.
Yep.
Every time I see Tom, I just think, how are you so calm, mate?
Yes, I know, they're an awesome family. Actually, we're catching up with them at the Brisbane Super Show next week, actually, in real time, which is awesome. So that's always fun. We get loads of questions about travelling with kids, all the different elements of it, and we meet so many families on the road and so many grandparents on the road who are excited about having the opportunity to, go away on school holidays or have the grandkids for a week or so and go and do a trip. But with that comes loads of questions, and we can vouch for the fact that travelling with kids is certainly very different than travelling as a couple. Lots of things change, but it's awesome and it's so rewarding, and to be able to see them out there, living their best lives, whether you're full-time on the road or you are just planning a single trip, they're just little free spirits when they're out travelling, and that is just the best part of being a parent. Okay, so what I've done, Paulie, is I've broken it down into different categories to just try and cover off some of our tips. I mean, we're almost 4 years in, so we're probably pretty experienced in some of the tips that you can do as a parent to really make everybody's life a lot easier and make those travel days in particular a lot smoother. So let's talk about that first. Yeah, travelling in the car and what we do. Jasper's really good, thankfully, and that's pretty well because he was 2 when we left. It's all he knows, so he is happy to just sit in the back seat of the car. But here's some tips for you if you've got kids in the back seat. Make sure you've got plenty of entertainment for them. I mean, there's nothing worse than bored kids or kids that are constantly asking you, are we there yet? How long? what time are we getting there, when are we stopping, I need to get out of the car. So if you've got a swag of different options for them to keep them entertained, that's great. We've got on the back of my passenger seat in the car is an MSA seat organizer, and I've just stuffed that full of books at the moment for Jasper because he's reading now. He just loves getting into all different sorts of books, doesn't he, Paul? So that's excellent. I've also got some colouring in and things in there for him as well to keep him occupied, and he can actually reach now. He's got long enough arms now to reach those items and entertain himself. Obviously the iPad is the golden ticket on travel days. He absolutely loves that. We use that for school, and I'll talk about school in a second separately, but on the iPad we make sure we've got things that are downloaded, so some downloaded movies, some games and apps that he can play and use offline as well, because there are definitely areas where you'll travel through where there's just no service at all. And then, of course, the ones that he can play if we are online or in good reception as well. What else have I got? Minecraft is one that we're actually pretty happy for him to play on travel days because it gets him creating and he loves that building. And Spotify is another great option as well. We actually have this fun game, don't we, Paulie, where we each take a turn in picking a song, and then I build a Spotify playlist with all of those songs that we've played on the travel day. So that's quite fun too. We're also learning a language as a family, and this could be another great option if you're thinking about setting off on your big lap, or even if you're doing a short trip. We have old school CDs, we're learning Japanese, and so we just do a lesson each day, and sometimes we'll need to go back and revise, but that's 30 minutes of our travel day that's taken up with us all using our brains and doing something different. So that's a good tip as well. Yes. Hey. Okay, snacks. Probably the second most, maybe the first, depending on your kids, but super, super important. Pack more smack.
Okay, you're not allowed to smack your kids, all right? Before we get comments, I've never touched him, Kate, however.
Some days I want to. But anyway, pack more snacks than you think you need because they'll eat their way through them. And particularly if they're feeling a bit bored or a bit antsy and ready to get out of the car, food's a great distraction. Healthy food, chop up carrot sticks, baby cucumbers, that sort of stuff as well. Stops the consumption of Kit Kats at the petrol stations. Anyway,
it doesn't
work on Paul.
No.
Playgrounds. If we are looking to stop and make a cuppa and have a little rest break, if we can find a playground, that is just awesome because it means Jasper's happy. He can get out, run around, get out some of that pent-up energy. He's happy, we're happy, and then everybody's happy to get back in the car and keep rolling down the road. So that's just another good tip. Don't avoid the playgrounds. They are actually saviours, aren't they?
Yeah, amazingly, the more remote you get, more rural, it seems the community funding for some of these parks and play areas are incredible. I mean, the pool back at Winton, just incredible.
Yeah, the playgrounds in regional Australia are amazing. In fact, we should do a playground tour of Australia or something because there's some awesome ones out there. What else? In-car games. I mean, of course, you've got, the old classics that we all used to play when we were kids. I Spy and Spotto. We've kind of got a bit of a hybrid that we've created. And then, of course, Jasper in the back loves making up new games and new rules and things to keep us entertained as well. So just some good tips there. Now, on the schooling side of things, we get lots of questions around this, and it can be a bit of a minefield if you are looking at homeschooling or distance ed with your kids or schooling while you're on the road. We have gone down the homeschool route. It just seems to fit our lifestyle and how we travel better, and it's going to be different for everybody, and it's also going to be different for your child and how they learn. And we know families who have tried quite a few different programs until they've found the one that works for them too, so you can swap and change if you need. We use a program called Yuka, and it's great. It's all on the computer. All of our lessons are there. When we're in camp, Jasper and I will sit down and do lessons of a morning, or Jasper and Paul will do that with the computer. If we're travelling like we are at the moment, which is a little bit different to how we normally travel. Hey, we're doing this 28-day trip, so we're on the go pretty much every day. We're getting up early, we're leaving early, which also is quite unique for the feel goods. So Jasper's been doing school in the car, and so that hasn't been a lot of our UCA program, but it's been utilising some of the great apps and educational resources that you can get out there, and particularly ABC Reading Eggs.
Amazing.
Jasper, just loves that math seeds as well. There are also programs that Jasper particularly likes, things like Procreate on the iPad. That's a really creative, artistic app. Canva, which is like a graphic design tool, and he also loves iMovie, so he has started filming on his iPad, filming, out the window, and today we're travelling from here to there, and then he creates and edits his own little movies on the iPad, and he can get lost in that for hours, and it's all great stuff and teaching him really great skills, so we're happy to include that as part of his school curriculum. Some great language that we use, and I actually think Paul watched a TikTok video, and I don't know who to credit for it, but the when-then terminology. And so this is a really good tip for parents. If the kids are asking for something, or they don't particularly want to do school, or they want to go and have fun, it's the when you've done your school, then you can. And we have just found, hasn't this just changed the response that we get from Jasper if he has in his head what he wants to do and it doesn't quite align with what we want him to do?
Yeah, opposed to, you're not getting that until you don't. No, you haven't done that, so that's it. It's not happening.
Yeah.
You're not getting it. No Xbox now on Saturday night. He gets a half an hour of Xbox on Saturdays. And so changing, that's right, our conversation to when you've done that, then this is the reward. It's amazing how different his psyche is around that and the way he responds. Okay, no worries, he's got a challenge.
Yeah.
Boom.
Exactly. So good. Something else that he's been doing this trip is writing a storybook, which sort of took Paul and I by surprise, but he just loves it. And again, it's a great English lesson for him, and he's been doing that in the car on the iPad, just using the notes functionality and coming up with this fictional story based on the locations that we've been visiting. So, there's lots of stuff outside of the box when it comes to school, and we find, don't we, that every day is a lesson depending on where we are and what we're doing, and we'll go and do a tour or an experience or just even in and around camp and learning about the environment. They learn so much when they're on the road, so it's awesome.
We had a question come in.
Yeah.
But is he registered with the government? Like, are you guys just flying under the radar? Or is he actually, who's testing him?
Ooh.
So, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. So we are registered with Queensland Education under the homeschooling guidelines. So at the end of each school year, we report to them and show them his progress. And it's different if you're doing distance ed or if you're doing some other program through a traditional bricks and mortar school, and then of course there's the homeschooling. There's lots of different ways to do it. I mean, there are plenty of families out there that unschool as it's known, and if that's something that you're interested in, then Google it and you can find that out. But no, we definitely have him registered, and we're accountable for his schooling, and I don't think he's missing out on, not being in a bricks and mortar school, and he's happy, so that makes us happy, doesn't it, most of the time?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about toys, because that's a big one as well. We have a one in, one out kind of rule, and you have to. You're living in such a small space, and particularly if you're towing a caravan, weights are everything. We have a storage shed, so whenever we're back on the Sunshine Coast, we ask him, okay, do you want to swap out any of your toys? What would you like to take this time around? We generally have Lego for him inside the van. He'll often travel with some of his wooden trains and tracks as well, and he's train mad, so he loves those. We don't have them on board this time. Outside, he has a handful of little micro mini what are they called, Polly? The Lightning McQueen cars and some little monster trucks, Hot Wheels and things that I'm totally happy for him to get in the dirt and destroy basically and have fun with out there, and we just keep them in a little tub in our storage toolbox outside. But you've got to be really conscious of what you have on board, and the kids will tell you that they need all of these toys, and then when they start travelling, there are times when Jasper's just happy to sit in the dirt and you know, play in the dirt with sticks and stones and leaves and, you know, get in and amongst it.
Dig holes.
Totally, yes. It's amazing. So they actually don't want all the toys that they'll tell you that they need to take if you're setting off on your trip. So that's just a good one to keep in mind. Okay, routines. I think flexibility is the key in finding a really good balance. You can't really have a very strict routine on the road because things change all the time, but finding a balance where they've still got boundaries is a really good tip. They learn everywhere, so you can adapt all of that into your routines. Bedtimes for us, Jasper goes all day until he stops. We don't have a really strict bedtime, but he sleeps well because he's on the go all day, totally busy doing stuff. Chores is another big one. As he gets older, we're giving him more and more responsibility, particularly with our setup and pack down of the caravan, the stabilisers. Hey Paul, they're now part of his role. The gas vents on the inside of the van, he's got specific chores, and we have spoken about this before, but a great book for kids is Scott Pape's Barefoot Kids. We're not affiliated with Scott at all, but we read the Barefoot Investor book when we were in our planning stages, and that got us out of debt and set us on the path to, I guess, financial freedom. And this is just awesome. And Jasper just picks it up. We leave it here. He'll just come and sit up at the table. He'll pick it up while I'm getting dinner ready and read a few pages. And he's told us, you know, what his chores are and how much pocket money he wants to be paid, what he's saving for, and what the different buckets are that he's got to be putting his money into. So this is awesome if you are looking for a great gift for your kids or grandkids. Some
really good financial intelligence at such a young age is, you know,
such a gift.
Totally. It is a gift.
Okay, socialisation. We get lots of questions about that. You know, is Jasper missing out? Friends, family at home? Does he get to mingle with other kids? Kids have a beacon. They can sniff out other kids a mile away, and, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're in a caravan park, a free camp, wherever you are. If there's other kids there, they just meet and they play, and it's awesome. And we've met so many amazing families and people on our travels, and Jasper's got friends all around the country because of that. We also use technology to keep him in touch with his cousins and aunties and uncles and grandparents at home when we're on the road as well. Capture memories. This, I think, Paul, you can vouch for this. I mean, when Paul was a young teenager, his family did 6 months in America. Can you imagine? Like, there were 7 kids. Imagine taking all of them over to a crazy new country and travelling for 6 months. And
in a motorhome.
In a motorhome that slept 7 and there was 9 of you or something ridiculous like that. But Paul always talks about his journal, and he's still got it. And that's such a great tip if you can get your kids even writing a sentence or 2 a day about their travels or their experience. And if they don't want to do that, then maybe, you know, take a photo a day so that they've got something to capture those memories and look back on. And we think, for us, when Jasper is grown up and he's got his own family, they're going to be the most amazing things, aren't they? What he can look back on, the videos, the images, the things that he's created on the road, to really remember what an amazing experience it is. Okay, the last thing I want to say is for the parents or the grandparents, the guardians out there, it's tough travelling full-time or travelling for an extended period of time in a very small living space is tough, and you are going to have good days and you're going to have bad days, and you're going to have moments where you feel like your head's going to explode and you just need some time for yourself, and that's okay. But making sure that you take those moments, you know, you don't have a lot of privacy, you don't have a lot of quiet time when you've got kids around. So just really being aware of that and being kind to yourself and giving yourself those little moments is awesome. Paul loves to stick his headphones in and listen to a podcast whenever he gets a moment free, which is pretty rare, but so enjoyable, isn't it, when you have that minute out? And for your mental health and your emotional health, it's so important. So don't feel like you can't take that time out for yourself.
Get a hammock.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just, you know, even if it's 5 minutes, it's better than nothing. And the other thing I think that's really important to know is that with the kids, you know, this experience, it's going to shape them into who they're going to be when they grow up. And there's a great term that we love to use from a favourite author, and it's treating their brains like a fertile garden, you know, being aware of what you're planting in there, and you want to plant all of those seeds of greatness, and you don't want to plant the weeds. So give them the opportunity to stretch themselves and spread their wings and be inquisitive and learn all of the things that they're going to learn in this sort of life experience environment that they may not necessarily get when they're in the classroom at a traditional school.
Plant seeds.
Not weeds.
Perfect.
It's a good life lesson for all of us, actually, you know, be really aware about what we're putting in there.
Excellent.
Yeah, anyway, there you go. There's a lot of tips there, but that was a big brain dump just based on all the questions that we get about travelling with kids and, you know, how to survive it.
Righto. What are we going to do for the afternoon?
Yeah, well, we've got plenty to do, but it's such a beautiful day. I think we'll light the campfire early.
Yep.
And get outside and just enjoy this awesome campground that will be coming up in a few episodes' time.
Beautiful. Thanks, Kay.
No worries.
Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, caravan cooking recipes, our monthly Go RV magazine articles and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family, and happy trails. Okay, here we go. My old sunnies and my new sunnies, because I broke my sunnies. I'm hopeless with them. I don't know why I bother getting good sunnies. Should just go in here and get a $20 pair. Anyways, good morning. Besides that, I'm a little annoyed. I don't know how I do it. Anyway. Alright, let's start again.
Alright, so we just pulled in at an Ampol. They also have a supermarket. Ooh, and there's a reception, Ampol Marla. I'm not sure what that actually says. And
it's Marla.
Marla, there we go. And there's a post office, and it's crazy, yeah. Just at a little Ampol fuel station.